George MacDonald was into fairy tales. Lewis Carroll, C.S. Lewis and J.R. Tolkien, among many others, credited the Scottish author, poet and Christian minister as being a major influence on their own work. In fact, C.S. Lewis referred to MacDonald as his master. But to us, he's probably best known for the carol, "They all were looking for a king." Since I was old enough to appreciate poetry, this carol has always been a favourite of mine. Many carols, understandably, focus on expectation or longing. "Come thou long expected Jesus, born to set thy people free," or "Hark the glad sound, the Saviour comes, the Saviour promised long." MacDonald, however, takes a different approach entirely. Perhaps he was inspired by 1 John 1 verse 10, where the apostle writes, "He was in the world, and though the world was made through him, the world did not recognize him." Or perhaps it was John 1:11, "He came to that which was his own, but his own did not receive him." Or maybe it was just his obsession with mystical lands accessed by secret doors and magical passageways that led him to talk about the Word becoming flesh in the way that he did. When my children were quite young, we had a small wooden nativity set that used to go on display on the mantelpiece every Christmas. One year, the baby Jesus, which consisted of a small piece of wood wrapped in cloth no bigger than a thumbnail, fell behind the gas fire, lost forever. The following year, the nativity set came out as it always did, but minus the baby Jesus. Nana and Grandad were visiting, and the ever-observant Grandad asked my daughter, "Where's Jesus?" She replied in a very matter-of-fact way, "We lost him." At Christmas time, if we're not careful, we can go through the motions, say and sing the right things, but Christ is missing. Too many people lose Jesus, not only at Christmas time, but throughout the year, simply because he doesn't come to them in the way they expect. As MacDonald reminds us, Christ doesn't always heed our fancied ways, but sometimes prefers to surprise us. We don't always see his wheels on the road or his sails on the sea. Sometimes, in order to meet our needs and answer our prayers, Christ comes down his own secret stair. This Christmas, remember to look for Jesus in the unexpected, because that is where he's often to be found. God bless you and happy Christmas.